Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Bryant, and I got a special guest with us today. I got Ray from Jacksonville. How you doing?
Good to see you, Elijah.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see you.
Thank you for coming up here.
Awesome. It's a wonderful drive.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
let's start it from the beginning, right? Where you from, and talk about your upbringing.
So originally I'm from China, and about 13 years ago I came to the States. So I had to learn, English
Did you come with
Yeah.
family or
just by myself.
just by yourself?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Okay, this is
Yeah.
gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Like, what made you, want to come to the States?
So I was kind of rough in China. I didn't know what to do. I don't want to go to a job, and I was a professional gamer. I play game for a living, and I want
Okay.
to change my life. So I heard, there's a place called USA. Everyone is pretty much free, can earn a lot of money. So I just applied for a student visa. So I came to Hawaii as my first place to the States.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So it was due to like college?
Yeah, college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long were you in Hawaii for?
About 8 years, and it was kind of rough at the first couple months. I had to learn the language. I was homeless for 3 months, living in the
Wow.
car for 3 months. That was fun.
In a completely different country.
Yeah.
Wow, no, this is inspiring already. Like, all right, so you're homeless, in Hawaii, outside of your country. Like, what was your next steps?
So I had to pick up the free stuff, and like there's on Craigslist, there's free stuff, and I have to grab them and sell them on the Facebook Marketplace. And then I started to have some initial
What were a couple things
Investment.
that you sold?
mattress, microwave, chairs,
Anything.
sofa, basically anything. Yeah. And you'll be surprised what I pick up for free. That's why I love the States. In China, there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was one thing that you got for free that you ended up flipping at that time?
I just mainly just I think the furnitures is a big item. And then when I was doing it, I saw people flipping cars, so I started to get into those game. And after about 7 years of doing that, I started
Wow.
flipping land.
Wow,
Yeah.
7 years
Yeah.
doing it. That's pretty good. Like, so it was
Yeah.
like consistent.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to jump into the land space?
So I heard people make a lot of money in real estate, and in Hawaii the house market is kind of rough, and to do flipping houses requires a little bit capital, a lot of capital, and then I just think of, is there any way I can still do real estate, but I can do this completely virtual, and that's how I came to land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never started with houses?
I tried, but I failed. I paid over 250,000 on mentorship on the houses,
Wow.
but it won't work in Hawaii.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's because some people scared to spend $1,000 for a course,
Yeah.
but you spent, some big money for mentorship. So what was it about houses that like didn't work for you?
I guess in Hawaii they just don't want you to flip a lot, and when there are a lot of local people doing that, they don't really welcome foreigners to flip houses. And then I was on the edge of give up. I was like, this real estate thing never work out. So what should I do? And then I came to no, there's another niche. It's called land flipping, and because there's nothing on top of the land, and there's nothing wrong with it, so I can do it virtually, and that's how I did about 200 deals in my first year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So 200. That's a lot.
it's a small deal.
Yeah,
Anyways, so,
yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about your process with land flipping, right?
Yeah, so because my experience in the cars and also the free stuff, so I'm extremely cautious of what I'm buying, and I know exactly how much I make before I actually buy it. And I don't do wholesale, I buy and sell.
So you don't do assignments?
No, I just
Wow.
buy them, but before I buy it, I already know how much I'm gonna make, and then I'll just sell it.
Is there a reason why you don't do assignments?
I think wholesale is good because it doesn't require you any money. And but the thing about it is you have to constantly looking for cash buyers, and cash buyers are very smart. They're not gonna give you the full market price. That's the first thing. The second thing is if you're in different market, you have to look for the different cash buyers. And right now I'm in about 40 different markets, so there's no way I have like 40, cash buyer lists for different areas.
Okay,
So yeah.
so you being a cash buyer, who is your end buyer?
When I buy it, after I buy it, I just post it with the realtor, so I don't even need to worry about it, and they will sell it for me.
Wow.
So my process is very simple. I don't want to get involved too big.
Yeah.
And I'm working about 2 to 3 hours a day on this business.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you know it's a deal?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So when I'm sure they have heard about it is you make money when you buy, right? So first of all, I need to look at. We have 3 layers. The first layer is so this 3 layers is for our safety, for our money. So the first layer is we want to look at what's sold nearby in the same subdivision, the sold price per acre, and then we also we offer about 40 to 55%. So that's our first layer of safety.
So, for example, if it's 100,000, right, sold in this area, you're offering 45,000
Yeah, or 55,000.
or 55,000 in
yeah.
between that range. Okay.
Yeah, so people call us back and they either, curse on me, I will curse back, and let's do that. And also, they will motivate to sell, and when they are motivated to sell, I negotiate again. And because of me buying and selling cars for so long, so I'm good at negotiating, and I just negotiate again. So that's the second layer. I cut some money off. And there's another layer is I will call the realtors who sold land nearby before I actually buy it, and then to make sure that there's absolutely no way I will lose money. So that's how basically the process
That's a great process.
Yeah.
In terms of the negotiation, what are some negotiation tips that you do?
Yeah, so there are, in the course we talk about there's 3 different foundations and 10 different principles. But the good books to read is Never Split the Difference. And there's another one, it's called Flip the Script. It's not the pretty girl one. There's a pretty girl, not that one. And then another one is called Go for No.
Go for No.
Yeah. So that 3 books is really helpful for negotiation.
What was those 3 foundations?
The 3 foundations, the first one is always be leaving. So always try to leave. So if you're the seller, I'm not going to try to tell you, hey, Leja, how much can you do? Can you do cheaper? I never ask those questions. So instead of saying that, I'll be like, seems like, you want market price. I may not be the good fit for you. So you try to leave instead of trying to lean in.
I like that. It's like you like to, they say when you chasing a dog, it runs away, but I don't know how to say it goes, but you know what I'm saying.
When you run away, the dog chases you.
When you run away, the dog chase you. Exactly. Yeah. It's like you trying to, have them chase you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What was the other 2?
The second one is called not sure. So when people ask me any questions, instead of answering them the questions, I'm just telling them I'm not sure. So some people ask me, Ray, why do you want to buy my land? So a lot of people will say, oh, I want to buy this because the area is good and I want to buy this land to build a house. So now you're expressing your need. The seller will sense that it will not give you a good price. So instead of saying that, I will tell them, I'm not sure yet if I want to buy the deal. But I actually send mailers to everybody in the entire county. And why do you want to sell? So
yeah, because now they're calling you, right?
Yeah.
So they're somewhat motivated to sell their land if they're calling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the 3rd layer or the 3rd foundation?
The 3rd one is mirroring. So, if you sit like this, I'll probably sit like this, right? Okay. And this is called mirroring, and you will instantly like me because people like to do business where they like and trust. And on the phone, there's a way we can mirror them. If they talk fast, you talk fast. If they talk slow, you talk slow. Right?
Gotcha.
So there are others that we can mirror, but we don't do face-to-face on the call, but there's still ways that we can mirror them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you said 200 deals that first year. You
Yeah.
know, let's rewind because that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So let's talk about a deal.
Okay. How far back
So let's talk about that. If you could remember that first month of you getting like your first deal, did you get multiple deals right after that?
So what happened was I paid this guy about $70,000 for mentorship, and he taught me everything about how to buy land and sell on terms. So you sell for $150 a month for land, and then after I learned that, I was like, this is completely bullcrap because I don't want to collect payments on the land. The default rate is much higher, and all the people who contact me is tire kickers. So I was like, how can I make my money back? And he has a group. So in the group, I asked, inside the group, I was like, where do you guys all want to buy land at? Because in order to do term sales, you have to have land. Right? So they all comment. There's a county in Colorado, it's called Casilla County. And then they all comment Casilla County, Casilla County. I was like, okay, this is where I'm going in.
Gonna find land.
Yeah. And then I mailed to Casilla County to whoever owned land for more than 5 parcels. And then I kind of hit a jackpot. This guy owned about 200 lots in the same subdivision.
And you got like most of those under contract or all 200?
I bought them all. But before I did that, I didn't have a lot of money. And he would try to sell it for $1,000 each. So I said, can I buy 10 parcels at a time? And he agreed. So I buy 10 parcels at a time. And then I thought this 10 parcels got to be at least, take me 4 months or 5 months to sell it. So I posted back to the group. I said, Casilla County, wholesale, if you want to buy, leave your email. I got insane comments. And I sold them all in 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so 10 parcels sold for each for $2,500. So
wow.
That's how I know it works.
How much was that in total?
Yeah, so about 150 deals, 1,500 each deal profit. And
he said, "You do the math."
Yeah.
But that's a crazy flip right there. So, I know you're excited. This is one of your first deals, right? You said.
Yeah.
So, what happened after that? I know you got money in your pocket now to play with. So, what happened after that?
After that, I couldn't find a similar seller again, and I was so used to do this cheap areas, and then I was always looking for a better way to do it. And but my mindset, like you talk about, mindset is very important. And my mindset is fixed on that smaller deals, and I don't know what to do. It's, deal here and there, but it's nothing big. About 2 years ago, I met this military guy, and he made 1.4 million profit in 10 months, just flipping land in one county.
Wow.
So I just chase him like crazy, I call him every day, and he said, stop calling me. I said, I don't stop.
Right. Persistence.
We'll talk about persistent, right? So, and then he kind of teach me all his system. I just need to twist a little bit small things. I just go to the more expensive area. So last year.
Was it like a big difference from what you were doing before?
Just change the small change, but it's a big difference in the mindset. Yeah, I still have students in my program. They are so used to do the small deals. They're so afraid to go to the bigger markets. I think one factor is we don't do wholesale, so they have to buy it.
Yeah.
So there might be a mindset hurdle or obstacle they have to go through. But.
So, once you go into these big markets, what happened after that?
So last year we made about 900,000 net profit, and this year it's a little bit more. And just very simple process. And for the bigger deals, a lot of people say the big deals take as much time as the small deals. It's actually not true. So the bigger deals take less time.
Wow, for real?
Yeah, because the realtors will help you, title company will help you. And I don't need to do anything, on the selling side.
Yeah, because it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to focus on their bigger deals because it's bigger commission.
Yeah.
The title company gets more money, the realtor gets more money. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So talk about a deal from the bigger side, right?
Bigger side. Okay, so there was a I think all of them, my biggest profit is from Texas somehow. I don't know why, but I bought this deal for 60,000. Originally, I signed offers for 90,000, and then when he signed the offer, I always negotiate again. So we negotiate down to 60,000, and after about
So
yeah,
let's start it from the marketing. What
Okay.
marketing channel did you do?
direct mail with the offer.
So you didn't do no text message, no cold call.
I don't like those because I think I don't have a lot of time, and text message has a lot of regulations. And my friend just got sued and lost the case because he texted the wrong person. And also cold calling. When you keep cold calling, eventually you become pretty cold. Because they get discouraged. They think, oh, this thing never works. So I just do direct mail with the offer price.
So you never fear like, damn, what if nobody calls me?
We price it very, very good. Not too high, not too low.
So you send the
Yeah.
price in the mail?
Yes. Yeah.
So what does the message look like?
The first page is a description of our company and very simple. Second page is just a purchase agreement.
With the price already on it.
Yeah. So if they sign it, I can just send it straight to the title company.
So do they ever call you before signing? Like to see if you like a legit company or something like that?
Yeah. There's different kind of people.
What does like those conversations look like?
So I try to not being a company because a lot of people think the company is not good. They're gonna rip me off. So I'm just telling them I'm a normal guy. I just buy land, and my name is Ray. If you wanna sell, let's talk, right? So
I like that strategy.
yeah,
Because they feel like you said, they want to work with somebody they can relate to.
Yeah.
So you coming off as I'm a regular person just like you.
yeah.
I can see how that works even better.
Yeah, so I had a deal. I had to fly to New York to meet him, and he said, "You are not the first person here." And before me, there was a guy came, and he's very nice. But once he said, "I'm from this company," so that guy tear the purchase agreement in front of him. He just hate the companies.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How much did you make from that deal?
About 30,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, so this is coming from China, right? Coming from China, let's be real, right?
Yeah.
This is coming from China, being homeless in Hawaii,
Yeah.
to closing 200 deals your first time doing this, flipping land. That's impressive.
Yeah.
You know?
That's in the beginning, it's always hard, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to that person that's in the States, right? He just graduated high school, not sure which route he wants to go, college or the entrepreneurship route, or flipping land like us, right? What would you tell him, or what advice would you give him?
I think, no offense, but college is kind of a waste of time. I got kicked out twice from college. And
For real?
yeah, once in China and once in the States. I guess I'm not fitting those. And then if you don't do the college, some people will open their own business, and which a lot of business requires a lot of capital, and most business fail at the first year. But land flipping is a business that you earn when you sell, and you also earn when you don't sell. So
What you mean by that?
That's the magic of it. So think about the clothes you're wearing, or our clothes, right? So if you don't sell this year, next year this one will be half of the price. For land, if you don't sell, next year it will be double of the price. So it
Okay, I see
appreciates.
what you're saying.
Yeah. So you never lose. But the thing is, you have to buy it at the right price. Yeah.
So I actually got this deal. I was actually supposed to close today, right? Made $25,000 profit, but the builder, after seeing my assignment fee, they didn't want to, close, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about buying the land. I got it under contract for $86,000. My thing is, I don't want to just hold this lot.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to guarantee sell. So how do you feel comfortable or so certain that these lots that you're buying is gonna sell on the market?
So the first thing is we send half of the offer and then we negotiate again. And I look at what's the for sale price nearby. So everything, if it's for sale for 100,000, and then you want to look at the lowest. So if the lowest is 80, so now you're buying for 80 is not making sense. So that's the first thing I look.
So I want to look at the lowest
For sale.
sold,
For sale.
for sales
Yeah.
price.
But that's
Okay.
not the most important. The most important is sold price, because everybody can post their land for sale for much higher, but the sold price is more important. And you look at what's the cheapest sold, and act as if that will be you, and see if the price you are buying is making sense. Yeah.
Wow.
So after that, the third layer is you have to talk to realtors who actually sold land nearby, ask them if there's any red flags nearby. And secondly, what is the absolute minimum I can get this land sold if I want to sell it within a couple of weeks? Just ask them the question. Some realtor will be like, do you mean maximum?
Yeah.
Because they are used to the maximum. But you tell them, no, minimum. And then they tell you a number, you see how much you're buying, if there's any profit
Yeah.
in between.
Damn, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, because right now it's like they want me to close on it for 10,000 assignment fee.
Oh.
So they're cutting 15K. And I got to pay people out too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take that advice. I'm going to reach out to those realtors and see, maybe if this is the better route.
What state is that?
It's in Florida.
Florida, maybe you can post it for sale on the market with a contract.
I do have it on the market though.
Oh, okay.
I kept it on the market.
Oh, okay.
So
You cannot do a double closing, and they cannot see the.
they already saw it. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing. They work within the title company. Certain builders, like they own the title company too. So that's one of those builders that see like my feed, no matter what, if I double close or not. So
Yeah.
trying to work around it, but they basically pay retail. So that's why it's like I always go to them first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's what I mean. The cash buyer is smart.
yeah,
Retail buyer never know, right?
I would have to get somebody that's like moving from New York
Yeah.
to buy this one or something. But I don't want to hold it,
Yeah.
I don't want to just have 86,000 just on the land sitting there,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a good price. I mean,
I mean,
80,000.
yeah, because I was gonna sell it for somewhere around like 105 or something, 110. So, but yeah, so like in terms of, do you get your list from Propstream?
No, I don't really like Propstream because the data is kind of outdated. I use ListSource, and I also have contract with ListSource. We can get the price for 80% off.
Word?
It's not 20% off, it's 80% off. So instead of paying 20 cents per list, we're paying 3 cents per list.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
good.
close to Propstream, but data is much better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and then in terms of your direct mail, what website you use for that?
It's called offerstowners.com. I'm thinking about Rocket Mail right now. It seems to be cheaper.
How much mail you send out a month?
About 35,000.
Wow.
30,000. Yeah.
Dang, you spending some good money.
I think I'm spending very low. I have friends mail about 160,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, they're making 11 million a year, so it's a much better system they have.
Yeah, they're playing in a different ball game.
Yeah.
So, are you targeting multiple counties at the same time?
Yeah. So
How many you would say?
right now I'm in 45 different counties. At the same time, every month about 6 to 7 counties. Yeah. So on the way, I actually look around on the way drive here. I already saw 2 counties. I'm gonna
You're gonna
do
try.
mail again. Yeah.
Okay.
Try it out.
So, in terms of employees, do you have many employees?
Yeah, I have many. I have one, and it's the VA from somewhere in India.
So just you and a VA.
Yeah, I pay him a lot of money, $2 an hour,
Yeah.
$3 an hour sometimes.
Wow. So how do you guys handle all these inbound calls?
I take it myself. I enjoy negotiating, and I think that's a good, interesting game. And I should have hired an acquisition manager. But all the entrepreneur think they're the superhero. I can only do this, nobody else can.
Yeah.
But that's my weakness. So I have to hire someone to trust him, right?
You got to delegate. Telling you, delegate, automate. That's my 2023. You know, that's what I'm focusing on. But so where can these people follow you at?
They can always at my Instagram. It's called Virtual Flip Land.
Virtual Flip Land.
Easy.
You drop a lot of content too. So before we stop this, in terms of like content, why do you feel like that's important?
The content?
Yeah.
So whatever we are sharing right now?
Just like in general, like the content you put on Instagram.
Oh, the content. Okay. Yeah. So I think if people want to learn this, they absolutely can. I mean, I came here with I didn't even speak the language. If I can do this, everybody else can, right? So if I can, they can. Why not sharing it, right? And a lot of time, my wife said there are a lot of people doing this. If you do this, there'll be a lot more people doing this. It'll be more competitive, but I think it's all about collaboration, not competition. And I have, I don't believe in competition. I think,
That's a great mindset to have, because I feel like, since I built out the school, I have to tell the masses what I'm doing, my markets, even showing some of my builders' criteria, right? But while doing that, I'm making deals with people. I'm getting connections. Like a lot of people that come up here, I close deals with, So I feel like that collaboration is important.
Yeah, another thing is I listened to a billionaire in China. He said, whatever you want to, the fastest way to learn is to teach. That's what he said. Yeah, so sometimes we think, the fastest way to learn it, right? And actually the fastest way to learn is to teach. So when you start teaching, your own system will become much better. So that was what happening to me.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
So I seen on your Instagram, right, in your story, you had the 42 rules of money. What's your top 3 rules and why?
About money?
Yeah.
So,
or which ones do you like focus on out of the 42 you explained?
So the biggest one for me, I always remember, is I lost some money at the beginning. After I earned some money at the beginning, I lost it all. So that rule, I always remember, that is to do business and to do investment are 2 different things. So some people say don't put all your egg into one basket. Some people say put all your egg into one basket. And I was one time very confused. I was like, who is right? They're talking about 2 different things.
Yeah.
And they're all from advice from the rich people. And then I figured out they are talking about 2 different things. So the guy who said put all your egg into one basket, he's talking about doing business. When you do business, you have to focus. Don't try to do land and houses at the same time, right? And when you earn the money, now you have, let's say, $500,000 in the bank. And if you use the same principle to do business, you're going to lose it. Because if you put all your egg into one basket and you do one investment, let's say you put all your one investment to crypto, I put everything in the FTX, right? So the thing that disappeared, and you lost it all. So when you invest money, you need to spread out. So do a lot of different things. Just look at you have Rolex, gold, there's 2 different things, and other assets like stocks, crypto, real estate, land, and all those things, buildings.
Damn, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a great tip, man. You dropping gems. So what were the other 2?
The other 2 is, I think, before you buy anything, you have to know exactly how much you're gonna make on it. So that's a principle I abide all the time.
Can you give an example of that one?
So for example, I used to live in Hawaii, so we live in the penthouse. All the furnitures are super nice, but we never spend any money on the furnitures or the cars or the rent even. So what we do is we look at the big furniture, which is cost, let's say, $2,000 to buy the brand new table. And before we actually buy the used one, we look at what is a sold used one for this. Let's say the sold used one is 1,000, and I look for the exact same item. I buy it for 500, and after I use it for a year, I sell it for 1,000. So that's the way I do everything. Land is the same thing, and just change a different item.
You try to wholesale everything like that.
Yeah.
That it's a mindset though.
Yeah.
I'll be telling people now. I still try to negotiate when I go into these stores or getting jewelry. Even the Rolex, I was trying to negotiate that. You know, everything is negotiable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's really the mindset. So what was the third one?
I think you said it already. So everything has to be negotiating. Never pay retail price. So always negotiate. Me and my wife went to Best Buy. We even negotiate. So some people are like, be like, "There's no way you can negotiate in Best Buy there," but their manager will agree.
Yeah, no, they do price matches or something like that there. So a lot of people don't know unless you ask, right?
Yeah.
So yep. Okay, so you moving from Hawaii to the States, right? There's people scared to move from Jacksonville, Florida, to Tampa, Florida. So talk about the importance of you feel like leaving your hometown.
It was hard. I was very comfortable because I was flipping cars, and then I was earning about 50 grand a month just flipping cars. So I was like, I don't want to change. My lifestyle is pretty good, and but then I was listening to Tony Robbins. He jump around, I jump around, got inspired somehow, and.
Is there anything he said that inspired you?
I forgot what he said, but I remember the feeling that I need to change. And then I was like dabbling about, this land flipping thing. And then I was like, I need to commit to this. There seems to be much more to go. So I just moved to Florida. So from 50,000 to zero. So that was hard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of land flipping, why do you feel like, if this is the best business for you, but why land flipping?
You don't need to deal with tenants. There's nothing you need to worry about. It's a dirt road, right? So a dirt, and if you don't sell, it appreciates. I couldn't find anything bad about it. Maybe it just you can do this virtually. Next month, in August, I'm going back to China for a while. I can still do this business there.
Yeah.
You can do it from anywhere and in any markets. So that's kind of what I treasure the most, which is the freedom. So you can be anywhere. You can drive an RV.
I low key want to do that too. Like, just travel each state, all 50 states in the RV, just making money through the laptop. The phone.
Here you go.
Yeah, I might actually do that, right? But, this was a great podcast. I thank you for, coming up here, giving a lot of gems. You gave a lot of gems. So
thank you,
I appreciate that. So they could follow you at Virtual Flip Land.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to learn how to flip land, text land at 813-687-8867. Game change.
Awesome.
That was amazing.